with his friends. I'm upstairs in his room crying in the bed, like literally crying, not knowing what's wrong, but just crying. Hi guys, so welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Imani here, and I am back with another freaking video. Of course, you guys see from the title below, we're gonna be talking about the honest truth about pregnancy and things I wish I knew before getting pregnant. This video is really just so that I can make an honest review of like my first time being pregnant. This is literally, I've never been pregnant any other time. It's my first time being pregnant, first time becoming a mom, and there are some things that I feel like are different than what I expected. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Imani. I make all types of content, lifestyle, relationship, new pregnancy, parenthood. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, follow me on Instagram at the Imani Collins, follow me on TikTok at the Imani Collins. That's where I'm the most funnest and you guys get to see a deeper look into my pregnancy. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so first things first, when I first found out I was pregnant, it was a shock to me, but I also wasn't like, it wasn't the end of the world. I feel like if you just found out that you're pregnant, or if you're working towards becoming pregnant, especially with me and my boyfriend, and we're gonna get really real in this video. We're gonna get really real. Me and my boyfriend weren't safe when it came to sex. We did not use protection. I'm not on birth control, so although we weren't intentionally trying for a baby, in the back of our heads we knew anything could happen. When I found out, I had a little bit of shock, but then it immediately hit me like, you weren't preparing to not have a kid, you weren't preparing to have a kid, but you also weren't safe. So it is what it is. I always felt like when I first found out that I'm pregnant, I'm gonna freak out, I'm gonna call everybody. It wasn't like that for me. It was a much more calmer like experience after that initial like shock factor. Y'all already know I'm a little I'm exhausted because this baby is getting big, y'all. This baby is getting big, moving around, kicking, punching, all of that. So I'm gonna be a little bit out of breath. But yeah, like the initial reaction, it wasn't what I thought that it was gonna be, but it still was a little bit of shock. As far as the symptoms, I always thought that when you're pregnant, you have these crazy symptoms. You throw up every single morning. You pee 10 times throughout the night. For me, in my first trimester, I still haven't thrown up. So that wasn't the case for me. I did feel sick, I did get nauseous, but I never threw up. I know some women do, but some women don't. I'm one of those women that don't. And that's what I try to tell myself throughout this experience. Everyone's situation, everyone's journey is different. You cannot take what people say and think that's gonna be your reality. I don't know if I spoke about it in my last sit down video, but throughout this pregnancy, and we'll get into it more, I have heard so many different pieces of advice, so many different opinions. And at first, because I'm just naturally a sensitive person, at first I would take it on like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen to me. Oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? And it's like, you literally have to just allow your journey to be your journey. Take what people say with a grain of salt, thank them for it, and keep it pushing, because everyone's situation is different. Also, if you guys hear anything in the background, it is my dishwasher. It's going off, so you might hear some sounds. As far as some of the symptoms that I did have though, like I said, nausea was one. I thought I was just getting car sick because we would go, like I would go with my boyfriend at work sometimes, and the back road that we would take, it would be like little swerves. I just genuinely thought I was getting motion sickness from that, but it was because I'm pregnant. So like stuff like that, I'm just like, oh, okay. So I was getting nauseous, but like I said, I wasn't throwing up. Y'all, I had the weirdest symptoms. And I still kind of do it now, but burps. Literally, I would burp so much, and I'm like, how is this a pregnancy symptom? Like, it's just, I never would have thought that burping would be a thing. And then outside of that, like just being so sleepy. My first trimester, I literally was like, how am I gonna do anything without needing to sleep? Like, I needed to sleep, and I just needed, like, I needed to take naps. And I'm not a nap taker, because I always put in my head like, if I take a nap, that means I'm being lazy. Not true, but I had to start taking naps. All right, so as far as my emotions, y'all, This is actually something that I was always worried about when it came to me getting pregnant, because like I'm already an emotional person, so I was just nervous on like how will that reflect while being pregnant, and then how will that affect my relationship with my boyfriend, my family, my friends. So first trimester and a little bit into my second trimester, very emotional. Like I remember when I did not know I was pregnant, and it would just be nights that I would lay upstairs on a Friday, Saturday night. My boyfriend, he downstairs getting lit with his friends. I'm upstairs in his room, crying in the bed, like literally crying, not knowing what's wrong, but just crying. It is so crazy to think about, because I was just like panicking and crying, and I just didn't know why. Second trimester, just the whole adjusting thing, like really because I found out when I was close to my second trimester. So second trimester, it was still the emotions of it, but I feel like the emotions kind of dwindled down a little bit. But like the whole adjusting, like after the initial shock factor of me and my boyfriend finding out, we kind of got to a place where, okay, this is real. Which I'm sure when you are pregnant, especially if it's your first time being pregnant, you're gonna get to that initial, like that shock goes away, and you're gonna get to the point where it's like, oh shit, like what do we do now? Like this is really real. So me and my boyfriend got to that part, and it definitely allowed us to like kind of bump heads a little bit, and we had to realize what was happening, because not only did we find out we were pregnant, but we were also trying to find our own place, and then we were also starting a business together. So it was like all these layers of like stress factors, and I just think that there's nothing you can do to prepare for it. I feel like you can, I learned this in therapy, y'all. There's nothing really that you can do to plan for what pregnancy and motherhood and bringing a new child into this world is going to take. But I do think if we were like intentionally planning for a baby, I think that we in some way could like prepare for the stress factors. It just all hit us at once. Like it hit us like a bus. It all hit us at once. Like we were literally in the process of finding a place when we found out we were pregnant, and then we had just said that we were gonna launch a business, and so it was so much. And I do wish that like next time because I want to have more babies, but like I want to be able to like, okay, do we have enough mental capacity to take this on? If we do, great. If we don't, and I'm already pregnant, the baby's already on the way, let's first start with that. One of the things that we now do, me and my boyfriend, we go to therapy. We go to therapy bi-weekly. We are in church, we pray. We are setting ourselves up to have a successful, not just relationship, but also have a successful parenting partnership, you know. And I just think that couples, when they find out they're pregnant, especially if you weren't expecting it, it can just go left, and you can't prepare for everything, every emotion, every feeling, every argument. You can prepare the tools for when those things come up, and that's one of the things that we are working so hard on right now. I'm in the process of transitioning my therapist. I love the therapist that I've had. I've worked with her for years now, but she is not a mom, and so I am now, next week I have 2 interviews with some prenatal and postnatal therapists, but it's like I'm preparing. So if you are pregnant or not pregnant or trying to get pregnant, one of the things that I would genuinely like advise you of is to get a therapist. That helped us, and that is helping me. So another thing that changed for me when it comes to my pregnancy is like body aches. Of course, when you're pregnant, do you guys know I actually have a baby in this belly? Like, do y'all know, there's a baby that is sleeping right now in a scrunched position in my belly. It is I don't know what it is. It's just the wildest thing. Like, it's still so hard for me to accept this, even though I'm literally sitting here with this big basketball in my stomach. And so I swear, like, I would randomly look at my boyfriend and be like, I cannot believe I'm pregnant. And he's like, I can. You know, just like, I can't. Like, it's just so like, what the heck. But needless to say, your body is going to change. My body has changed. I'm carrying a baby, so I've been having back aches, my feet swollen. I wake up in the morning sore, headaches all the time. Wait, let's not even talk about appetite, okay? I'm hungry all the time. It's like I don't really feel full, and I'm learning, like, okay, people give me this advice like, oh, like, make sure that you're not overeating, and people comment, y'all. People actually comment on my eating levels. I just think that should be illegal. I just think you should not ever comment on how much a pregnant woman is eating, because she's actually eating for two. Anything that I eat, my baby takes from me. Like, my baby takes all my nutrients. My baby, whatever is needed is taken. I just think people shouldn't comment on it. But I just never been a person that like eats a lot, and it's like since being pregnant, that's literally all I do. Like, I eat a lot, but now I'm starting to be conscious, like, okay, you can stop eating when you're full. Sometimes I'll be full, but I just be like, okay, I can still eat this. And so I'm learning to, like, for one, small portions. For two, stop eating when you're full. And then for three, I like to exercise. Like this morning, my boyfriend and I, we woke up, we went for like a 30-40 minute walk. I'm gonna do a stretch later. Like, I make sure I'm still exercising, because at the end of the day, although the people that's commenting on my eating habits and me eating a lot, I don't think they mean any harm. I just think that baby weight is probably a little difficult to get off of you. Naturally, I'm like a small, like, shaped person, but the less fat, the better. So I'm learning to, like, eat what I need, but like also do the work too. Like, make sure I work out, make sure I take walks and stuff like that. That definitely changed for me. Okay, so something that I want to talk about is that I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I used to have a dog, right? I had got a puppy, and this is very important for me to talk about because it's one of the things that people bring up when they find out that I'm pregnant, and I don't know if I like it. I had a puppy, and I wasn't the best dog mom. Like, it was my first time having my own dog. I was in Texas by myself, and I just wasn't that good of a dog mom. Like, I wasn't that affectionate with my dog. I actually let my dog stay with my mom for 2 months. If she pooped on the carpet, like, I would yell at her, and I just wasn't the best. And so, like, since being pregnant and people finding out, one of the first things they say is like, oh, well, make sure this, make sure. My baby says hello. One of the things that I wish I had known is that people will hold you to your past. Me being a not so good dog parent, when they thought I was pregnant, it's like people bring that up and I take it personal, but it's like, you are just gonna be people. You just have to accept that people are gonna be people. But like, going back to what I said earlier, like, some of the unsolicited advice and opinions that my boyfriend and I have gotten since being pregnant, out of this world, okay? When I say out of this world, they don't mean any harm, but it's also not helpful to us. And I just feel like one of the things that I wish I had known is that you don't need to take it personal. People compare how I was a dog mom to being an actual mom now. I don't need to take it personal. People telling me the most horror stories, scary stories about postpartum, I don't need to take it personal. Because just like I told you guys, I never threw up in my first trimester, but before being pregnant, I thought that every woman throws up in their first trimester. Things are different. Every person's journey is different. And I just feel like this baby is inside of me. I know there's people out there that love their fur animals. They think that they're their actual babies. Unfortunately, I don't think like that. I could have been a better dog mom, but I know for sure this baby, I'm going to do a damn good job at being a mother, taking care of my baby, loving my baby, showing my baby affection, and no one will ever be able to take that away from me. I definitely wish I prepared myself for those types of people, but I'm also happy I experienced it because it allows me to grow. Woo! Hi. It really allows me to grow, and even like these little kicks and punches that I feel, it's like every single time I fall in love, because I'm just like, I just fall in love. Like, it's an honor to be a mother. It's an honor to experience this journey. It's an honor to grow a human being. Like, knowing that my baby is right here with me in this moment, can feel everything that I feel. Like, I'm talking loud. I just feel like the senses, like every single thing that I'm experiencing, my baby is experiencing. And I think it's the most magical thing ever. Like, I'm in love with the process. I'm so grateful for the process, and it's just nothing that no one can tell me about me and how I'm gonna be with my baby. I didn't just arrive at this confidence level though. It took so much of me feeling guilty, of me feeling scared and afraid, to just be like, you know what? How about I just get to experience my own journey? And so now I'm finally at that point where I'm just like, this is my journey. No one's gonna take that from me. I'm gonna enjoy the process. It's a beautiful process, and it is what it is. And that's how you have to be. Okay, the last thing I want to say about what I wish I knew is that the process can get a little overwhelming. When I first found out I was pregnant, I was 10 weeks, and I didn't know anything about finding a gynecologist. I knew nothing about prenatals. I just knew nothing. Still to this day, we don't even have a name because we are still trying to catch up. So finally, I was able to, you know, I had my doctors, I had my prenatals, but again, if there's anything that I can tell anybody watching this is try to prepare as much as you can. I'm a big planner. I know you can't plan everything out, but finding doctors, like I actually experienced some bad doctors. Finding the right prenatals, I was taking a prenatal that didn't even have the stuff that I needed. Now I'm on the right prenatals, and just planning stuff. Like, we have to plan a baby shower. We already know that we don't want to spend a lot of money, but just the whole planning aspect and stuff like that can get a bit overwhelming. But again, it's one of those things where it's overwhelming, it's uncomfortable, it's a lot, but you are in love with the journey. I truly feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel like in this moment I'm supposed to be pregnant, I'm supposed to be planning to be a mom. I feel like everything is happening as it should, and just in general, even with life, it comes with challenges, but you get over those challenges, and when you do, you realize it was all worth it. And another thing is, when you take a step back, you realize how beautiful the process is. Like the aches, the pains, the emotions. Today I woke up emotional. I just wanted to cry for some reason. Still probably have some residue of that left, but it's just a beautiful experience and process, and that's why I'm so grateful I get to share it with you guys. I don't want to get emotional, but it's just something that I'm like so grateful for, and I just hope that every woman that wants to experience it gets to experience it, because it is the best thing ever. And I see why people have 10s, 20s. I see why people have so many kids, because like you fall in love with the process. Like, I'm genuinely so grateful that I get to connect with my baby every single day and like just be in this moment, like sharing it with. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment below if there's anything else that you guys want me to make a video on, or anything else that I didn't put in this video when it comes to what you wish you know when finding out you're pregnant. But yeah, this was my honest truth about being pregnant. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I'll see you guys in my next video. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of the Imani Collins, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.